Howdy! Welcome to our Module 1 walkthrough video. Let's walk through our first course module together. All of our course modules are similar, though there are important differences during midterm and final exam weeks. Be sure to pay attention to those when you get there. Here is our course homepage. When you land, to get into working on a module, you always want to go into the content section of the course. Each module's home page, where you do land when you select Module 1, gives you direct links to all of the module's content. A web page welcoming you to the module, some ideas about current event, and a data set you'll use for your participation worksheet. Lecture and notes are here. Check your understanding or CYU quizzes. We have 3 in most sections. Then there's a link to the participation worksheet for this module. Then there's a link to the Module 1 participation worksheet, followed by a direct link to your online homework in MyOpenMath, and a graded problem set for Module 1. Once you're done with all that, there is also a link to your questions discussion thread. If you have any questions about this module, you can always skip to that link to post them in the discussion. All right, let's start at the beginning, back here with what we're doing this week in Module 1. It's a quick introduction. I recommend always reading things in detail. Meow. Welcome, kitty cat. Topics are described there, the chapters from our textbook, an outline of the week's activities, along with a detailed list of course outcomes that we'll be meeting as you work through Module 1. There's also an optional link to a TED Talk here if you'd like a little more information about this week and you've got a little extra time and energy, check it out. A peek ahead as well at the bottom of the page. My favorite way to navigate through an online course is to just take things one page at a time and use the next button to go to the next page. This takes you to some real-life data. In this case, it's the Washington Post's Fatal Force Project, which tracks police killings in the United States. You'll reference this data set for your work on your Module 1 participation worksheet. You can always see a little bit more ideas about it on the D2L page referencing the work. Moving on. Next is the Module 1 Lecture and Notes page. Each module's lecture and notes page is where the bulk of the learning material for each module lives. You'll see another overview of this module here describing topics that you're expected to do your best to understand as well as you can. Below that, there are notes which have links to both blank and filled in notes. These are the notes that your video instructor, Julia Trude, will reference in her video discussions. For blank notes to help you follow along and take notes yourself, you can either download a PDF copy, which you can print if you like, or simply use in a PDF viewer on a device, or you can download a Word document, which you can then open up in Microsoft Word, Google Docs, or other word processing software. Also, those filled-in notes, which mirror the notes you'll see Julia taking in the videos, are there for your reference when you need it. Below the notes, there are a number of videos for each section. Julia Trude, one of my colleagues, created these videos for you when she started this online course shell a couple years ago, kindly shared them with me and other colleagues so that we could all benefit from her work. You can see here we have Introduction to Statistics, Reading Data, Analyzing Data, Observational Studies and Experiments, Sampling Methods, and Experiments. That's 6 videos of varying length depending on how complicated the topics are. I'd recommend peeking in at their runtime so you've got a sense of how much time each week you need to commit to video lectures. These are the crucial and most required part of your learning experience, working through these notes along with Julia Trude's videos. Once you've completed viewing Julia Trude's videos, you'll arrive at optional supplementary materials. Here, when you have time, energy, and interest, you'll find a ton of ways to deepen your learning about statistics. I'd always recommend starting with our textbook, which is free online and we have links to throughout the course. The first videos that you watch discuss the same topics that are in the first 5 sections of chapter 1 of the text. Then there are links to Open Intro's slides for every one of those sections. You can check those out for a different perspective on some of the topics. Below that are the optional things to watch. Here is a series called Against All Odds of videos from Annenberg Learner. There's also a link to the Khan Academy's statistical work on the same topics. They take a different approach. If you're curious about a different approach, check it out. There's an introduction to using Google Sheets as spreadsheet software. If you're not familiar with that, that could come in very handy. And even more, further exploration of the statistics topics of this section, all optional, but as you read down those headlines and sources, you'll notice that it comes from all over the academic and media landscape. Pretty cool. Our next page is the first of your Check Your Understanding quizzes about data types. Once you are ready for this quiz, simply hit Start the Quiz at the bottom of the page. Remember, you have unlimited attempts to get everything right, and I expect you to do so. If you have any questions or can't get things to work, just reach out to me and I'll help you out. During the first module, you'll have 3 quizzes. CYU 3 is a quiz on sampling. Again, start the quiz at the bottom of the page. And last, CYU 4, check your understanding about experiments. A couple of notes are they're always due Thursday of each week. So Module 1's quizzes are due this Thursday. You have unlimited time and unlimited attempts, so be sure to get everything right and earn 100% on credit. If you have any questions, reach out to me and I'll do my best to help you out. Next, we have the Module 1 participation worksheet. Here, you'll find the data file we'll be using for many of these worksheets in both Excel and Google Sheet formats. You can read more about this database and the Washington Post's methodology for that Fatal Force project at that link. Note this file was downloaded at the end of last year, so it doesn't include all the days of 2020. There are blank worksheets here in PDF and Word format for you to do work. You want to fill that out and do the work yourself. You can check your work on the project worksheets as you go by simply looking at the keys each week. Note, each week you'll complete these worksheets. They go towards your course participation grade. At the midterm and the final exam weeks, you'll upload all of your participation worksheets together to an assignment in D2L. The next page takes you directly to MyOpenMath. I'm already logged in, so it took me to my MyOpenMath homepage. Remember, we'll have a MyOpenMath walkthrough video here also in our welcome videos. Once you select our course, Math 243 Summer 2021, you'll land at the course page, which has a rainbow of modules, starting with Welcome to Statistics to get you settled in, and then the Module 1 problems are here. When you open it up, you'll find MyOpenMath Orientation. This is a good one to read. You'll learn more about it in the MyOpenMath walkthrough video. Same thing with how the forum works. And then below, a couple of assignments for the homework problems from this module. Complete those by the Monday after the module begins. So for Module 1, you want to complete your MyOpenMath homework by Monday of the second week of the course. Also, work to complete by Monday of the week following the beginning of the module. We have your graded problem set. This is the work that I'll look at directly and give you direct feedback on about your learning. Module 1's graded problem set will be due Monday of week 2. To complete the assignment, first download or view the file. You can see links at the bottom of this page in both Microsoft Word and PDF form. Choose one of the options or whatever works for you to make your work. You can print out the download and write directly on it to do the work if you like, then scan it and upload it as an assignment. You can write out your solutions on plain paper if writing out solutions by hand works best for you. Simply label them clearly so I can figure out which problem is which. You can download the document, open it up in whatever word processing program you prefer, and type up your solutions as you like. Uh, Please type out all of your work so I can understand how you got your work done. If you need help using a math equation editor for typing symbols, let me know and I'll help you out. And you can upload docs or PDFs. And there's many other options. So whatever option that works best for you to do your work should work to upload into assignments. Do that and upload your work. Make sure to access help as you're working. Talk to me with questions. Use your peers via via our. Be sure to get help as you're working. Contact me if you have questions. Post your questions in our module discussion board if you like. Use the PCC tutoring system. Whatever works for you to get support, reach out and get it as soon as possible whenever you need it. Upload a single file containing all the pages of your work. So if you're using a scanner to upload your handwritten work, be sure to scan multiple pages and make one file. Once I publish the graded papers, you'll be able to see my comments by clicking on the document in D2L. Feedback is really important and it will really help you deepen your learning. Again, a reminder, just email me or telephone me or text me to let me know when you have a question. If it's a question I can answer quickly in that same format, I will. If not, we can choose a time to meet and talk about your question. The upload for your homework is right there on the same page. So once your work is together, just drag and drop your file, whether it's a PDF of handwritten stuff or a document with your typed work, drop it right there and hit upload. There's this page also at the end of the module. Ask your questions about any of the material, whether it's things in the reading, things in the videos, the participation worksheet, the graded problem set. Pretty much anything that's not a MyOpen Math question is great to ask in this format. Hit start a new thread. For your thread title, I recommend a clear, specific, short indication of the topic of your question. If your question can be written shortly, it's an ideal subject line, and then you can add details in the body of your post. A reminder, you can post questions anonymously if you prefer, or you can share your identity, and either way works for all of us. All of us in the class will support your learning. Once you've done that, the next page would be Module 2. So that means that by next Monday, you'll have completed all that work and the cycle begins anew. Ask me if you have any questions. Have a good one.